to Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. I used to teach a morning movement class, and I called it Move, Stretch, and Dance. I wanted to call it Dance for the Depressed, or Dance, Don't Drink. The reason I wanted to call it Dance for the Depressed is because I think mild depression can be an inward and still experience, and that's the way I started my class, from us focusing on an inward and still place. And I wanted to call it Dance, Don't Drink because I think dance alone, without drinking alcohol, can make us feel happy and free, especially if we start off slowly. And that's how we started, slowly and breathing, stretching, and then we were able to go into freestyle dance. In those days, I didn't like public speaking, and so I was quite nervous teaching. But in a way, moving as I taught helped to dissipate my fears. Still, I wished that nobody would show up before class started. And then, when they did show up, I'd have us all shut our eyes, lie on our backs and shut our eyes. And that was obviously for my benefit, but also I wanted us to start in an inward, still place, so we could pay attention to how we felt physically and emotionally. Did we have any sore muscles from the day's work yesterday? How are we feeling? We wanted to get up in the day and start our day, or did we want to rush back to bed? And I have to look at my notes because I'm not sure what's next. We gave ourselves care lying on our backs, and sometimes we even did some self-massage. And then we came to sitting. And here we did some slow isolating movements of our body, like this movement of rib cage, and always with breath in the sitting position. In between each isolation, we would do an inhale to the count of 4, hold for the count of 4, and exhale any tensions to the count of 4. And afterward, we'd have a few moments of meditation. Then we came to standing, where we would do some deep stretches by doing sun salutations. And sun salutations are yoga moves that include several back bends and forward bends and lunges. And I often did it to the music of Louis Armstrong singing What a Wonderful World. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And then we came to we were able to move and breathe and stretch, and that prepared our bodies for freestyle dancing. When it came time to freestyle dance, again I had us starting inward and slowly, caring for any injuries and any places in our bodies that felt less lubricated. This way of moving was kind of like an inner massage through our movements and breathing. And I used music that was slow, sometimes folk music, but often later on we'd be swirling around to Strauss waltzes or disco music. However, this is not disco dancing or socially acceptable bar dancing. That's okay too. What we're doing is improvisational dancing and using our body as an instrument to explore and see what it can do, and what perhaps our body wants to do. And this kind of movement is easier to do at home with nobody looking. But in a room full of fellow dancers, we can expand our movement vocabulary. We can take inspiration from somebody dancing over there. Perhaps Arnie is dancing in a sort of staccato karate chop way and just wants to get some aggressions out. And Emily's over here, she's just moving in slow, sustained, strong way. And Carl, he's just standing and kind of tapping. Because he just finished dancing really vigorously and he needs to rest. One thing I always say is that you need to pay attention to where you are energetically. Resting because you were dancing energetically, and then waiting for inspiration, and then following that rhythm and then dancing more vigorously, coming back, following your energy. expressing how you truly feel in the moment. And I always ended with a Nina Simone song, a bluesy song called Feeling Good. It's like this. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. Yeah, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. Ooh, and I'm feeling good. And that is my move, stretch, and dance class. To recap, we moved out of depression or stillness, and we stretched into the natural elixir of dance. Madam Toastmaster.